one during the 1980s when various Latin American countries began to try to overthrow some of these dictators that the United States had installed. There was a very close collaboration between the AFL-CIO, which is the American Federation of Labor, and USAID in order to work with potential labor activists there in order to basically suppress union organizing and to persuade the labor activists that they needed to cooperate with the corporations, which for the most part were U.S. corporations that were exploiting these countries.
What other types of organizations could U.S. aid use, and how could they be manipulated to bring about a U.S. advantage or U.S. plans in a region?
They're mostly trying to promote the interest of U.S. corporations. The CIA has very close connections with a number of corporations. There are a number of Wall Street banking interests that have been very closely associated with the CIA, and also a number of specific companies that are very closely associated with the CIA. And so, to a large extent, in Latin America, the function of the CIA was to suppress any local democracy movements and to suppress any local labor organizing that was going to interfere with the interests of the corporations, because the corporations didn't want to have unions where workers were making significant demands over wages and working conditions. And by having the CIA and USAID and the AFL-CIO working closely to collaborate with the police and with death squads to arrest and kill union activists, they could prevent any union organizing from happening, and that would keep the wages really low, because that would increase the profit of the corporation.
Can you name any of these corporations and banks?
Coca-Cola was one. In Guatemala, United Fruit Company, over a long period of time.
What about some of the Wall Street banks?
Mostly the people who were involved with the CIA were lawyers who would represent various banks, like John McCloy was a Wall Street lawyer who worked with the CIA and later became president of the Ford Foundation. And he was the one that had the Ford Foundation collaborate very closely with the CIA. The Ford Foundation would accept a lot of funding from the CIA because the Ford Foundation was going into countries and doing development work. It would make it appear like they were really trying to help the people in that country, whereas they were really trying to suppress the pro-democracy